Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. On NIO. NIO had a great week this week. I mean, it was strong. And, of course, they had the launch of the ES7, and we've got the ET5 to look forward to. And there's so much going on in China right now. And, of course, NIO being a Chinese EV company, China's being pressured to end their lockdowns. A lot of pressure being brought on them, not only within the country, but outside of the country. All right, first we're going to talk about the market. This week was really rough, had some real bad days in it. Today was a better day, but well, we had some really red days, harsh ones. So I can't really tell. It just feels like there's so much fear out there of inflation, of the higher interest rates, gas prices through the roof, absolutely nothing being done about that. And it's really got people in a bad way. You know, they're just in a bad mood and they're worried. And, you know, seniors are really taking it on the chin. They're on limited incomes that are fixed. And inflation is one of their biggest fears. Folks that are living check to check, this is just an absolute freaking nightmare. So you've got a lot of fear out there, and fear is really hurting the market.
If you can get out of here now, you're a magician.
Alakazam. Aroo! I cut that out!
Yeah, the market is definitely jumpy right now, no question. But let's take a look at NIO this week. As you can see, it's had a nice run. It's gone all the way from 12 bucks. It's sitting at almost 21 now. So this week, it's really had a nice run. Yeah, and it's working its way back up where it should be. This thing should be sitting at 34 bucks at least, but it's had so many headwinds. It's been unreal. The delisting fears has really been a pain, and the Chinese are saying all the right things government-wise in order to facilitate this, but that doesn't mean that the SEC is going to take words. They want to see actions, and they want to see those companies getting audited, and that's really important. If they can eliminate this delisting fear, this stock's going to jump, along with a whole bunch of others. You know, Alibaba probably more than any of them. But that needs to be dealt with. The other issue are the lockdowns. These lockdowns that are so foolish. They're trying to do something no other country is doing because it doesn't work. You're not going to be able to lock down on this newest version of the Roni Rona. It's not going to work. But they keep going on with it, and they're under a lot of pressure to end it. And here you can see it says China's defending their zero policy after the U.S. envoy warned them of the cost of it. And said the U.S. ambassador said it's causing serious damage to the global economy and foreign business sentiment. And they're saying it's suitable for China's national conditions and has stood by their zero policy. But the ambassador, Nicholas Burns, said it's had a major impact on business, singling out an especially damaging 2-month lockdown in Shanghai, which is Chinese largest city and key financial hub. It said most of Shanghai's 25 million people are actually confined to their homes or immediate neighborhoods, and hundreds of thousands continue to remain under restrictions, and they've still got the rolling lockdowns. So the critics are saying that it's disrupting global supply chains and hurting employment and consumption in China, and of course it's affecting the whole world. The WHO has called it unsustainable, and that's from the WHO, and they're pretty tight with China, and they're getting on them. And China denounced the remarks, which you can expect that. And the ambassador said, I think the Chinese government is quite cognizant of the need to try to get back to a situation of normalcy. And it's causing a lot of companies to rethink whether or not they want to invest and put in further obligations into China. So, like I say, they're feeling it not only from internally, which is really, you know, there's a lot of intense pressure there, but coming from all over the world to end this, because it's not going to work. And I don't know why they think it will. I think it's just foolish.
Thank you for playing. Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
Yeah, well, there's my opinion. So, needless to say, I don't think it makes any sense. Hopefully, they'll come to their senses and realize you're just going to have to live with it like everybody else. Now, something that happened this week, which was really good for NIO, 2 analysts came out. They already had the Citi analyst that came out with a really high price target of 87 bucks, which I don't think a lot of people take seriously unless everything works out perfect. Now, if we took away those 2 major issues, it's certainly possible within 12 months that could happen. But, you know, that's assuming everything goes right. But other analysts have come out with 2 different prices. And Deutsche Bank says NIO is embarking on the most important product cycle in the company's history. Says volumes have been under pressure over the past few quarters due to operational bottlenecks and lockdowns, but NIO has fully returned to normal production levels, and now deliveries are on track to increase from 7,000 a month in May to 25,000 exiting the year, which that would be strong. 25,000 cars built per month, given that NIO barely made 25,000 the first 3 quarters. And assuming that NIO hits that target, he forecasts the company could deliver 160,000 EVs this year and twice that in 2023. And he's talking about the ET7, the ET5, which should be really strong. Said the most desired cars in China premium market this year, saying they'll be more popular than Tesla. So, we'll see. Tesla's very popular. And he's got a share price of $45 as a price target on the what was a $19 stock. Now it's a $20 stock. And then Morgan Stanley came out with a price target of $31. And while he explained that NIO will experience inevitable near-term margin pain in Q2, however, sales look to be trending up once Q2 is passed, and actually think NIO could be producing as many as 30,000 electric cars per month by the end of the year. So they're a little bit lower expectation, and they think these cars will be very popular after it gets past the second quarter. So second quarter is going to be a little bit rough. And most of the analysts are looking at around $40 on this stock with a very strong buy. And when they come out with these prices, realize they're talking about 30 to 35,000 by the end of the year. And right now, and that's where this thing was headed. In March, it was up to close to 10,000 and it was heading up. And then we had the lockdowns and it dropped down to 5,000 and 7,000. If this thing can get up to 30 to 35,000 by the end of the year, this stock will absolutely go up. So, I feel real good about this stock long term. I think this thing's is undervalued given what's headed over the next 6 months. Now, if you look at it in a vacuum today, yeah, you can sit here and justify this thing being in the teens without too much trouble. But, realize these are not going to be long-term problems. I don't see this country staying locked down inevitably. And then the other question will be the delisting. And like I said, that just would be so monumentally stupid to have all these Chinese, and it would be hundreds. It's not just NIO. Good grief, it would be hundreds of companies that would be delisted. It would crush China's companies, and it would really harm their economy dramatically that I don't know that they could fully recover. So it doesn't, and it's over freaking auditing. Just let them audit the freaking books. My gosh. What do you think? There's national secrets in those books? There's not. It's just a balance sheet, profit and loss statements, and some documents. Good grief. So silly. China needs to get over themselves.
If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
That's right. They need to stop it and get some help. Michael's got it right. Just listen to Michael. Anyway, that's NIO today. And like I said, they had a great week. We just got some issues to work through, but there's so many positive things coming. The ET5's coming out in September out of NIO Park, and that's going to be a second factory where their production's heading up. It's heading straight up. So I feel really good about all of that. I've covered the negative. I'm telling you about the positive. I feel good about it long term. This one has the potential of really moving upward over the next 12 months, but there are those risks, so keep that in mind. If you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover NIO. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content. We'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.